Good afternoon, everybody, and good morning for those on the West Coast. Thank you for attending the introduction of our newest solution, the Building 101 program today. My name is Mike Stallings. I'm the Senior Vice President here at Capital Distribution, and I'll be your host today. We're also going to have a couple other guest speakers coming on later on in the program. But today is the first of three webinars that we're going to talk about Building 101, this new program for commercial properties that we're rolling out across the country late this week. Each one of these webinars will be at 12 o'clock Eastern time starting today, and then also one tomorrow and Friday to introduce the this program, and also more importantly introduce our partners that we've brought on to work with you guys, work with the commercial properties across the country. So there's a chat box in the bottom corner there on the feed. If you have any questions, just type those in. They won't show up on the stream, but we will be able to see them, and we'll try to answer them as we go along. But to kind of get right into this, Building 101 is a new loyalty program that we started through Capital Distribution here. And basically, the concept is very simple. It's one form, no cost to you, one solution. And as we progress through this here, actually should have been on that slide to start with, so that's my first hiccup for the day. But as I said, it's basically a loyalty program that brings together a group of different vendors that utilize services that you use every single day. Whether we're talking about plumbing services, whether we're talking about restoration, plumbing supplies, heating supplies, lighting. We'll go through a bunch of the vendors that we've signed up already, but what it is it's kind of a conglomerate of different vendors that you can utilize, and these vendors are going to give you different perks back, whether it be enhanced service, whether it's a discount, whether it's special terms. All these things come into play, and the best part about this program is that it's a simple form to sign up, hence the one form. There's no cost to you, the commercial property, whether you're, and by the way, whether you're a property manager or you're on a condo board or you run a facility or you're just a property owner, you can benefit from this service. And there's zero cost to you. There's no obligation. There's no contract to sign. There's no minimums or anything like that. And the reason why it's one solution is that you have all these different services that you use every single day that you are going to be able to utilize, not only with some type of perk with it, but also get a credit back from the program that you can use again, either on that same service or other services within the family. So again, the concept of Building 101, it's bringing a group of partner vendors together that offer the services you need, services and solutions you need every day in your property, and rewarding you with the discounts, the perks, top-notch service, and credits and/or rebates back. So why should you utilize this program? Well, first off, it's free, as I mentioned. I think there's no obligation to that, and I think that's a huge part of what we're trying to do here is bring a group of commercial properties together and be able to let you utilize a program that only that you can use whenever you need it. The other big important factor is obviously, we're looking for better pricing for you if we can get that. Perhaps your current vendors aren't giving you the pricing you need. Also, through Capital, we're going to have a concierge team that literally can do research for you and find the solutions that make sense for your property, whether that's trying to find a certain product that you can't find anywhere, or come up with solutions to, as I mentioned, the pricing, obviously, but also come up with solutions that can solve issues in your property. Also, you may be having issues, trying to source a product that your current vendor has out of stock, or the quality of the service you're receiving you want to improve on. We can be a source for that as well. And the real key to this program is the fact that there's no cost to the commercial entity to sign up, but you have that flexibility. It's the peace of mind knowing that you have other options. We understand that most commercial properties, you have a group of vendors that you're currently using, and you may feel very comfortable with them. But if that vendor is not available, or from a pricing standpoint, not everybody's best priced on everything, so you might want a different option. And this gives you the flexibility to look at other options. It doesn't. Again, you don't have to use them, but the benefits are very high for you to use them, especially when you have a concierge team that's able to kind of look through and see which solutions that are a part of this program benefit you the most. The whole concept again behind the program, like I just mentioned, utilize solutions for discounts and credits. You can use those credits anywhere within the family of vendors. So, for example, if you were to have a have a plumber come out and do service for you, and you get a credit back from that, you could use that on another one of our services, whether that's plumbing supplies or HVAC supplies or light bulbs, or a totally different service altogether. Something like I said, we have multiple vendors we're going to talk about a little later. No obligation, no contract, no cost, no fuss. I think that's the biggest part of this program is you're not obligated to anything. You're not locked into anything. You don't have to do anything. We hope you do utilize the partners on the program because there's a lot of benefits there. Besides getting the discounts, you're also getting the credit back. And on top of that, you have your own personal concierge team to help find the best solutions for your property. So once you sign up, and I'll explain the sign up process very quickly, it's very simple. As soon as you sign up for this program, and again, it's free, there's no obligation or anything, we're going to assign a personal concierge team member to be your go-to person. And that person's going to help, do things to try to research the things you need to see which services fit you best. And he or she is going to be your personal contact, and you're going to be able to work with them in conjunction to trying to find the best solutions that make sense for your property. Also, depending on what area you're in of the country, you could also, and depending on the type of property you have, you could also get access to the Paul Davis VIP First Priority Program. Now, why is that important? Well, restoration, remediation, I know those are four-letter words that nobody in a commercial property wants to hear, but it's one of those things that, and it's a great program from Paul Davis, by the way. They're one of our partners, and I'll explain them a little bit later. But the program they offer is that they provide you with a real VIP experience, and there's no cost to you or obligation as well on that, where if there is a natural disaster in your area, they guarantee that they will contact you first before any other non-first priority customer to see if you need service. Because anytime there's a restoration issue, the biggest factors are time and obviously getting somebody out there to stop whatever the catastrophe is and start to clean up and get you back to normal business. So the VIP program, we're going to talk more about it tomorrow when those guys from Paul Davis are on. But the long and short of it is you get a dedicated phone number to contact them. You're not going to sit on hold. You're going to get an 800 number or it's not going to be an 800 number. It's going to be a dedicated phone line where you can reach out and contact somebody right away. And they guarantee to be out there in a very short amount of time. I believe it's less than 4 hours, and usually it's less than 2. And the peace of mind to know that you have somebody that's going to be there for you. God forbid, people here in the New York, New Jersey area back during the Sandy days, a lot of properties that had a lot of damage, and it was very tough to get somebody out there because everybody was so busy. Being on a program like this gives you the peace of mind to know that somebody's going to be out there that same day and in 4 hours or less. And the last part of the concept here is the partner page, which allows you to view all the solutions that are available to you, and also keeps track of your credits for you as well. And you will get access to that as a member of the Building 101 program. So how do we accomplish this? Basically, the concept is, the vendors join this program because they want to expand their business and make new relationships with the commercial properties like yourself. The partners offer discounts and perks from their services. The revenue that's generated from the partners actually is shared with you, the client, so that you get those back as credits. And then as the program grows, these perks get even better, and the more services we're going to be able to offer as we become larger through your help of growing. This very much is a win-win-win for everybody because, the partners want to grow their business, the vendor partners, our clients get the benefit from this program, and us as a company also get to obviously facilitate this and bring these solutions to you, while also showing you what we can offer you as well. And we'll get into that a little bit in a few minutes as well. So what's the process? It's very simple. It's very easy. It's one form you fill out with your information, and I'll show you a picture of that in a little bit. Once you fill out that form, we assign a concierge specialist to you. They're going to touch base, just introduce themselves to you, try to learn a little bit about your property, and try to see which solutions make sense for you. How can we help? What can we do to bring these solutions to you that make sense for your property? You end up utilizing the solutions within the family of partners, Anytime you place an order or you utilize a service, you use the promo code Building 101. That just identifies you as being on the program. And that way our vendor partners know you're part of that and you're entitled to the perks and benefits that come with being on the Building 101 program. And once you receive an invoice and pay the invoice, you submit a copy of that to us. We receive that, and as soon as we get that, you get your credits, and you can use that on any of the partner solutions that we offer within Building 101. Some of the vendors currently on board, this is just an overview. As you can see, we have a supply house that handles everything from plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and lighting. We have a leak detection / money saving monitoring service that not only is going to save you money on your water and sewer costs, but it's also going to monitor your property to let you know about leaks way beforehand. We have a finance partner that finances commercial equipment and can also finance certain jobs as well. We have a pump company that actually custom designs pump systems and also do repair in the New York and New Jersey area. A company that does custom kitchen suites, cabinets, doors, windows, all these different perks. They just came on as well. Restoration and remediation services. We have a partner that does commercial kitchen appliances. You're going to hear from Zach, who is our marketing services SEO guy. It's going to be coming on later to announce he's part of the program as well. And some plumbing professionals, including Przanski, who's going to be talking here shortly as well. And you can see some of the partners that have signed up already. We could barely fit them in here, so forgive the it's not exactly fit the scale here, but we had to kind of squeeze everybody in. But this is most of the partners are listed here already, as you can see. You'll see we have 2 plumbers on there. One is handling New Jersey, one is handling Queens and New York, and we have other partners as well. I know there's a few potential partners that are on this call today as well. So just so you know, we do have a great plumber partner program, and we're happy to talk to you and if you are interested in becoming a partner as well. So to sum up everything on the Building 101 program, biggest factor on this program is it gives you peace of mind with the flexibility. You have options. You're signing up for a program that doesn't cost you anything, doesn't commit you to anything. It's a simple one form sign up, and it gives you options and actually gives you somebody to help find those options and see where it makes sense, whether it's a pricing issue or availability or service issue. Our concierge team is ready to help find those solutions for you and see if it makes sense. If we do find synergy there and there's a solution that you can utilize, you're going to be rewarded for it with a credit and discounts and perks and so on. We do have special financing programs that are available. I'm going to go into those shortly as well. The other thing is, these are services that you're going to use every day, whether we're talking about plumbing, whether we're talking about, restoration. Well, hopefully not restoration, but that's something you could use. But, the supplies you need for the property, all these different services, you can utilize those services and then bank the credits for when you need them on something else, for a major project coming up or so on and so forth. As I mentioned, the concierge support to evaluate the different solutions. We also have we obviously want to grow this program. So if you have multiple locations, if you do either refer a different location or sign them up under you, some of these larger corporations I know have multiple sites, obviously, your initial property or whatever property you want is going to benefit from signing up all those other or referring all those other potential folks to join the Building 101 program. So we offer perks for that as well. And then every month you're going to get a newsletter from us. We're not going to be in the spamming business. This is not about sending you 5 emails a week or anything like that. This is very much, your concierge point of contact is going to reach out, try to understand what works best for you, try to see if there's some synergy there right away with some of the solutions we offer, and work at getting you those solutions and finding a way that basically, in a nutshell, they're there to make sure that you benefit from this program. That it makes sense for you and that you can benefit from the program. This is the sign-up form, just a screenshot of it. And in our chat box there, you'll see the link to to our landing page there on our website. But I just wanted to show you quickly. It's one form, no cost, one solution. It's a very simple sign-up form. And again, I just wanted you guys to see that. I know it's not the prettiest slide, but I thought it was important to show you that. So from capital side, we wanted to very much lead by example. There's a lot of vendor partners that have come on already, and everyone's offering their own perks and discounts and so on and so forth. but we want to really kind of lead by example because we're the ones kind of facilitating this program. And we have quite a few solutions in-house as well that we'll be offering to members of the Building 101 program. So to start off, any property that comes on board, we can offer a free water saving evaluation. And this goes from everything from, the different toilets you use to the shower heads, aerators. What we can do, depending on where you're located at, we can do an on-site inspection where we walk through the building with your maintenance director or yourself or both, and take a look at the property and see where we can find ways to save you money on water and sewer. You'll notice as I go through and present these different options to you, you're going to see that we're going to be offering the highest credits and the biggest discounts on any of the items. As I mentioned, we're the ones providing the concierge team to assist in finding what solutions work best for you. They're also, the concierge team is going to gather data from you that's needed if you have a big project coming up, if you need a custom quote. That's another factor that they're able to kind of do the legwork for you and take that out of it for you. It can be very troublesome trying to research different products and see what their part numbers are so you can get quotes and so on. Our concierge team is going to handle that for you. And from Capital, we're always going to have at least one solution on special, every single month. That's part of the program as well. We're going to feature one vendor or more every month that's going to offer a perk, monthly special, and that's why it's important to make sure that when you do sign up, that you put in a good email address that you're going to see, because every month when you get the newsletter, it's going to announce a special program. It could be a discount on a service. It could be a discount on a product. It could be a special perk. But once a month, we're going to highlight a vendor partner that's going to provide a super special, so to speak. But us, Capital, we're always going to have at least one solution on sale, or discounted or an additional perk. We're going to have at least one of our solutions on sale every single month. Some of the solutions you'll get direct from us would be, ProPump is one of our vendors. They're coming on the call later this week. They're going to be on a future webinar. They can explain, but they do everything for your commercial property, from ejector pumps to booster pumps, and they also can offer repair and service depending on where you're located at. Murado is our kitchen cabinet and cabinetry and doors and windows partner. They're going to be on Friday as well. And then direct from us will be the Smart Valve and the Smart Valve solution, which I'll explain as we go along here. The Smart Valve, and you've heard this already, is a device that saves users 20% or more on water and sewer costs. It accomplishes this by correcting a mistake that your meter is making. It doesn't distinguish between water and air. It only counts volume. So what happens on any line, whether it's a small irrigation line all the way up to the large, 8, 12-inch lines, you get a drop in pressure at your meter anytime you have a demand. And when you get a drop in pressure, chaos can occur within the line. And also, any pockets of air that are present in the line are going to expand, and they're going to be counted as volume. And what the Smart Valve does is it kind of acts like a toll booth or a gatekeeper, and it maintains the incoming pressure from the street at the meter. So when you do that, you're able to, by maintaining the pressure, you're making sure that the meter turns normally. It's not overspinning. You're keeping any pockets of air in the line compressed so they don't register on the meter, and you have a nice smooth laminar flow through your meter, and your meter is now reading accurately. And the results from that are typically 15 to 25% savings on your water and sewer costs, and those that don't fall in that range typically are even higher than that. So we've seen as high as 50%. By the way, also, I'm going to let me put this into the chat box now. This is actually, I'm not going to go too deep into Smart Valve today, but I wanted to at least, and this will be in the comment box. I'm just putting that in there. This is an interactive presentation that you can look at about the Smart Valve if you want to see more details about it, whether it's key facts or testimonials or the science behind it. Take a look at that, and you're able to see. Let me just put this in here. I have to do this myself. 1 second. Interactive presentation. So, because of the timing issue here, I don't want to get too deep into Smart Valve, but that's basically, this presentation will show you all the different things about it. You can kind of go where you want to go. You don't have to sit through and listen to me talk for a half hour about it, but that's where you can go to kind of see more about it, the testimonials, see some videos on it. And part of this, part of the Building 101 program is you also get a free evaluation on the smart valve, which I'll explain in a little bit more detail as well. Here's some of the national customers that have utilized smart valve so far. I just want to kind of show you that it is on a national stage. It is gaining traction. This is something that we do for every single Building 101 customer. It's a free evaluation, and we show you the results. And as I mentioned before, the typical results are 15 to 25% savings on your water and sewer. Biggest perk of this product is that besides saving you money on water and sewer, the return on investment is very fast, less than a year for commercial properties. So typically, and as you can see from the graph here, over time, you're going to save more on water and sewer because your cost is going up and your usage is being reduced. So, you know, on a $100,000 a year water or sewer bill, your first year, you're going to save around $20,000. But by the time you get to year 10, and it's a 10-year warranty on the product, that same savings is going to be over $30,000. What we've also done now is combine the smart valve with a leak detection and monitoring device to create the smart valve solution. And why this is so important is, besides obviously saving money on water and sewer costs, with this leak detection and monitoring, you're able to accomplish a few things. One, you're going to be able to see the results right away, because this is a real-time solution where you're able to pull up from a dashboard exactly what your usage is. You know, you'll be able to see it day by day, month by month. Tracks through both your phone and you can even do it on a desktop where you have a platform. But more importantly, the reason why the monitoring is so important is it's also going to alert you if you go outside your daily usage, which is a parameter you can set within the software. Why that's important is anytime there's a leak in a property, especially if it's a major leak, you may not know about it right away. You may not know about it until you get your next bill, which could be a month away, it could be a whole quarter away. With this, as soon as you get outside that limit that you set for your daily usage, it's going to send you a text and it's going to send you an email and say, hey, you're outside your daily usage. You might have a leak somewhere. So I think that's very important, because you could be saving hundreds, thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars by catching a leak much earlier than you would if you have to wait for the next bill. So the whole concept behind it, the smart valve solution, when you bundle the two items together, is you're saving 20% or more on water and sewer costs. Obviously, you're going to get a discount. We're going to talk about in a second, a credit for purchasing the smart valve, on-site supervision for the installation if you're local, and one of the beauties of the smart valve is that it's externally adjustable. So we can fine tune the setting to set the smart valve based on the parameters of your building. And it's very important to ensure that you get the best results, because we're able to fine tune it and get it to the point where it's actually doing the best, getting you the highest number we can. The whole process being on the Building 101 program is you get a free evaluation, education on the smart valve, answer all your questions, help identify the best install spot. From the monitoring side, as I mentioned, you get reports in real time of what your usage is. You can view it from your cell, view it from your desktop. You're able to receive the alerts in case of a leak within minutes instead of months, which can save you tens, if not, or hundreds, if not thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. And this platform also allows you to monitor multiple properties and see it all in one place, which is important. And for those of you on here who manage multiple properties, or if you have an entire chain of properties, this allows you to pull up all the data on one form, and you can see it all right on one screen right in front of you. So the normal perks we're offering on the smart valve there, as I mentioned, on-site supervision of the install, free water savings evaluation, discount off the smart valve pricing. If you do bundle it with the monitoring, you'll get a bigger discount. We have a bulk discount program if you're doing multiple locations. You get a 5% credit back on all the purchases that you can use on any other partner solution if you purchase the smart valve. You can also even do a complete bundle with this. You can actually bundle with the monitoring, but also, you know, a lot of times places will want to kill two birds with one stone. They'll say, hey, you know what, let's put the smart valve in, but also put in, you know, we need a booster pump. And you can also bundle all that together and get one solid price, and then even finance it through our financing partner, where you can actually finance both the cost of the equipment and the labor in many cases. And also, just so you know, the monitoring comes with a 1 year of monitoring that's included in the pricing. And after that, the monitoring is very, very reasonable. It's a few $100s a year to monitor your building after the initial 1 year. So what we're rolling out, and like I said, we want to lead by example in terms of this new program. So if you purchase any smart valve on its own, you're going to receive a 7% discount on our normal pricing and a 10% credit back for utilizing that. If you want to combine the smart valve and the monitoring to basically create the smart valve solution on sizes up to 2 inch, so smaller sizes, you would get a 10% discount off the entire package and then a 12% credit. On the sizes 3 inch and up, we're able to provide the smart valve to you and the monitoring at no additional cost. That's important because you're getting 1 year of monitoring, you're getting all the equipment for free. It's normally a $1,200 package for the monitoring, but if you combine that with the smart valve, we're going to give you the monitoring and the equipment for the monitoring for free. And you're still going to get a 12% credit back on that purchase. Third perk to go with this program is you can also utilize our finance partner on either one of these or any of these scenarios and either get 90 days of no payments, or for the first 6 months, only make payments of $33 a month for the first 6 months. As I mentioned, you can finance the material and usually all the labor. So you could theoretically start saving 20% on your water and sewer costs, not have peace of mind knowing that you're going to be able to see the have the monitoring in case of a potential leak, or just to see the smart valve going to work and not have to shell out a dime out of pocket up front. And just basically we're going to pay you to put it in, because in almost every case your payment per month is going to be less than what your actual savings is. And we also have a separate program for 0% financing if you're interested in that from the finance side. And that's all I have. I'm going to bring Mitch on from Pruzansky here and let him talk a little bit about Pruzansky Plumbing. And Mitch, I think you're on. I'm going to mute myself, and I may pop back in with a question or two, but stage is yours, my friend.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for all the information and the intro. So, like Mike said, we're a plumbing company, plumbing, heating, air conditioning. We have many divisions, which I'll get into. But just to give you a little history, as you can see based on our logo, we've been around since 1910, based out of Passaic. Since then, still in Passaic now. It's a family-owned business. It started with my wife's great-grandfather, and then it went to my wife's father, and then now it's skipped to the fourth generation, and it is now mine and Greg's company to keep alive for another 100 years. We service a wide range of New Jersey. We say North Jersey, but we really do service 13 counties, from Hudson, Essex, Union, Bergen, all the way to like Middlesex, Monmouth, Hunterdon, really depending on the scope of work. But our core business is in Passaic, Hudson, Essex, and Bergen. We work in commercial space and residential. So we have about 10 trucks on the residential service side of the business. And residential service is anything from unclogging a toilet to installing a hot water heater, or, re-roughing some plumbing in a home. Also in mid-rise or high-rise buildings as well, which is great because we'll do work for those buildings, for those property managers. And then by default, we have access as a preferred vendor to their customers, meaning the management association and the people who live in the building have access to us, which is always great as well. And that's a big core of our business is high-rise business in Jersey City, and mid-rise business in Hoboken, and some other high-rise in Fort Lee. Again, we do anything there pretty much from, installing a new toilet in one of their common spaces to changing an HVAC system for, a lobby or a gym, to, running new risers, whether they're heating risers or cold or hot water risers, whatever it might be. To that point, we have multiple divisions. So the residential division pretty much is just what I spoke about, and that was for plumbing. Also, for that division, we do heating. So we do steam heat, we do hot water heat, we do heat pumps, ductless mini split, and we do HVAC, so furnaces, And along with the furnaces, we do cooling. So we do full HVAC, condenser coil furnace or condenser coil or rooftop unit. We have a large clientele of commercial spaces that we actively are maintaining and changing out the rooftop units as they go. We also have an energy program that we work with the state and one of our contractors, and we facilitate getting HVAC high efficiency units installed in place of existing units that are antiquated. Um, and what's great about that, for instance, today we sold one, and the job is a $280,000 job, but the cost of the customer is only $46,000, which they get to pay over 5 years interest free. So this program is great for anyone who owns commercial properties and has common area units. It's not for the individual homeowner, and it's not for individual units in those kind of spaces. But again, it's for the bigger units that are handling bigger spaces and common areas. But it's been a very successful program, and the customer loves paying 15%, 10% of the cost of the job spread out over 5 years with no interest through PSE&G. So that's a great program. And then outside of that, of course, like I said, we're changing units daily, especially from spring to summer to fall on the HVAC side. We also have our generator division, which is pretty standard. We supply estimates and install generators. We go through the entire process with the town, from zoning to permitting for that process, like we do pretty much for any of our permitted work, whether it's a hot water heater or a new roof of a bathroom, so on and so forth. So we get the plumbing, we have the heating, the cooling, the HVAC, and the generators. We also have a drain cleaning division. It's 24/7, just like our standard business is 24/7. We run about 7 trucks, and we do anything, again, from snaking or ordering a toilet to jetting a 40-story high-rise building from the roof all the way down to the main of the garage. So there's really nothing we can't do on that side. And then we also have a water filtration business. We exclusively work with one company, and we could do anything from the simplest under-the-counter RO system for one faucet to putting in a whole house RO to putting in an entire whole house filtration, descaling system that pretty much makes your whole house safe. In New Jersey, especially, in a lot of areas now, we're dealing with the challenge of these PFAS and these PFOAs, which are in our water, and especially well water where I live. So we have a setup for that specifically, because those are 2 things you do not want in your water. Just as a side note. Other than that, I mean, again, we have about 21 trucks on the road, split between all the divisions, not including drain cleaning or generators. We have a great office staff, myself, my cousin Greg, who's my co-owner, my cousin Alan, who's been here for 35 years, cousin Robin, she answers the phones and does pretty much everything to deal with servicing our customers. She's been here 25 years. We have an HVAC manager, plumbing manager, commercial plumbing manager, drain cleaning manager. And then we have a few other girls in the office that are doing really God's work when it comes to our office, because, the paperwork, if you're in the trades, you understand things just pile up. So it can get quite nightmarish, but yeah, that pretty much, gives you a quick, snapshot of what we do and who we are. And again, we're going strong. We're about to be 115 years old next February, so we're super excited to celebrate that achievement as well. Mike, do you have any questions or?
No, I did want to comment. I've known Mitch and worked with Krasansky for probably about 20 years now, I think. And, they have done some really solid work. They even, recently we had a smart valve installation where we had a customer that needed an install, and they went all the way down to Wildwood to accomplish it. So, I mean, they're very, there's a reason why they're in business for 115 years, everybody. So, I think I just want to kind of amplify what you said about that, because I think that's important. You don't stay in business for 115 years unless you're doing something the right way. And I think anybody on this call and anybody who signs up for our program should certainly look at them as an option, because you're going to get a fair price, you're going to get a solid work, and because of like you mentioned, I think you said 21 trucks or so on the road, or 17 trucks on the road. I mean, somebody's going to be there, and they're going to do good by you. So I don't have any. I think you covered everything, Mitch. That was pretty pretty comprehensive. So the only thing, yeah. So Presianski is definitely one of our valued partners on this program, and I just think unless if you have anything else you want to comment on, otherwise you're good to go.
And the only other thing I guess that I would throw in there that I miss is that we do maintenance contracts, which is something good to offer your clients. It gives them a peace of mind that you're going to come out annually or biannually, depending on how they cool or heat their homes. And it's a very inexpensive price. It's upfront, and it covers a whole ton of diagnostics and maintenance acts that should take place on your boiler or furnace or HVAC system. And we find that to be a very successful program. It's trouble-free, it's worry-free. We come out, it's scheduled ahead of time. So that's something we've been doing a lot of also, which I think is, again, important for the customers to know, because we're here for them and we want to make sure they're being taken care of.
Yeah, and I think that might not be, you and I have still talked, we're going to talk about some perks and things like that for the Building 101 folks, and I think that'd be a great addition, to the program, something you can offer our folks on the call here, because preventive maintenance is the big thing. As my old boss used to say, you're going to pay me now, you're going to pay me later, but one way or another, you're going to pay me. And I think that's something we can certainly look at too. I think our clients that come on this program could certainly benefit from it. So, I don't have any questions in the chat box, but anything else, folks? Presianski's here, and they're going to be on this program, so get ready. So,
thanks, Mike. We appreciate the opportunity. We're excited to partner with you.
Absolutely. Okay, Mitch, have a great day. Appreciate you coming on today, and we'll be in touch.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, man. Okay, so we're going to get over to Zach in a minute here. Let me just get his presentation up here. Zach, let me add you to the stage. Welcome. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully we're still good. I'm going to step back and I will work the slides for you, Zach, and let me know when you want me to proceed, and we'll see if we have any questions for you. I'll chime in as well.
Sounds great, Mike. I appreciate you having me. Can you hear me okay as well? I hope there's not too much background noise. I'm actually in Central America right now, so we'll see how it goes. You can go ahead and go to the next slide, Mike. Yeah, so my name's Zach Hearn. I own Customized Marketing Solutions. I know that's a bit of a mouthful, but I'm a full-service marketing agency. So I have everything listed there service-wise. I do everything from SEO to web design and development, which is just a fancy way of saying I build a website for you and do all the copywriting and launch the website. I build a lot of sites on WordPress, but I've used other platforms as well, like Webflow. I also do Google Ads, PPC, consulting and branding. So mission, vision, core values, logo design, I'm full service. So social media, photography, videography. I do work with a lot of different clients. Most of my clients are in the services industry, especially restoration. And then I have like one client that they're a logistics company and they have a lot of warehouses and they like to do drone footage and put that on their website. And so, whether it's headshots or you need drone footage, I can handle any type of photography or videography. Next slide for me, Mike. Yeah, so I've worked as both an in-house marketer and then I've also worked for an agency before I started my own business. And I noticed that as an industry, marketing has kind of gotten a bad rap a bit. We're kind of known to use a lot of smoke and mirrors. You know, people will hire a marketing agency and maybe it's hard for them to really see the value they're getting out of it, or you know, they're kind of just maybe a number if they're working with a larger marketing agency where, you know, they're talking to some person who's kind of pulling some levers that was maybe working at Taco Bell last week. You know, my goal has really been to bring like a more boutique experience. And so, you know, when you hire my agency, you get me. And for that reason, I actually work with a limited number of clients so that I can provide good quality services. With that said, I serve anywhere in the entire U.S. Most of my clients are in the on the East Coast. I do have some, you know, a lot of clients in Florida. You know, but I don't like one size fits all approaches to marketing, and so I really come up with a strategy or a plan that's going to be best for your business, really to drive the needle, and also, you know, what's within your budget. I also do a pretty fast turnaround. So, you know, on average, I think websites take like 6 months to build, and I can usually turn them around in 8 to 12 weeks. So I think for me, that's a big differentiator. You know, I don't have a lot of overhead or a bunch of fat. So I'm pretty lean and mean as an agency. I also focus on results and not vanity metrics or gimmicks. So if you've ever worked with an agency, maybe there's been a lot of focus on things like click-through rate, or, you know, these metrics that don't really mean much. I focus on, is the phone ringing? Are you getting leads? If not, why? And also for that reason, I don't make people sign contracts. So I just ask clients to give me like 60 days heads up if they want to cancel my services, but I don't lock people into contracts. If they're not happy with the results, I'm not going to make them, you know, honor a year or 2 year commitment. And then the other big thing I noticed with a lot of agencies is there's not a ton of transparency. And so just as a free add-on to any of my engagements with clients is I keep things very transparent. I do monthly reporting. I report on metrics that matter. And so all my clients can always expect to get an email or a phone call from me at least once per month, but I'm usually talking to a lot of my clients weekly or as much as they want to discuss things. Some clients just want to kind of be left alone, just hand everything over to me, and they don't really want to hear from me if they don't have to, but it's kind of up to them. Next slide for me, Mike. Yeah, so, you know, I'm probably gonna date myself a little bit here, but I like to think of white hat versus black hat SEO. You know, white hat obviously being the good guy, black hat being the bad guy. You know, there will be a lot of agencies that will promise, we'll get you to number one on Google in like 3 weeks. And that's really not possible if you're doing it, you know, unless you're doing some black hat SEO practices. And so I really focus on building a solid foundation for my clients' SEO. I don't, you know, take any shortcuts. It takes time though, you know, especially if you're launching a website brand new for the first time. It takes at least 6 months before you start to see some traction. And then I kind of got it broken down there. It's really, you don't really hit your stride until maybe year 2. And then you can really begin to dominate in your market from an SEO standpoint after about 3 or 4 years. And, you know, just realizing that SEO is an investment. It's not kind of a one-time thing. It's something that you have to be doing consistently over time. And it just takes time. You know, it's kind of like planting a garden or planting some crops. It takes a while to get that harvest. So I always like to set that expectation for people. You know, I can't promise you overnight results, but I can promise you that we're going to do things the right way. And over time, you're going to see the fruit of that. Next slide for me, Mike. And these are just kind of some of the ranking factors. You know, I didn't want to go too into the weeds here, but, you know, Google has, for example, a couple hundred different ranking factors, and they're pretty secretive on what all those are. Here are kind of the big ones that we really know about, you know, and the kind of the biggest levers you can pull as far as your SEO is concerned. And so these are what I primarily focus on. You know, like the quality of the content is most important, obviously. Do you have a fast website? Is your website easy to navigate? Does someone have to go through 6 or 7 different menus or clicks to get to a landing page on your website? You know, how is it on mobile? You know, mobile experience is important, not just desktop. Increasingly more so. More and more people are going to be visiting your website on a phone. Quality images, not just stock photography. That's why I really offer photography also as a service, is I really want to, as much as possible, have high quality organic images on a website. With AI now, there's a lot of focus on that. I really try to keep my copywriting very human oriented. So I don't rely on AI to do the copywriting for clients' websites. Now I might use it for some ideas or maybe to generate an outline, but I'm actually going in and writing real human-oriented content. Um, and then, yeah, I mean, things like backlinks, the white hat SEO practices, these are all ranking factors that really drive your SEO. And so this is what my primary focus is always on with my clients. Next slide. Yeah, I wanted to keep it short and sweet. I know we're getting to about a little after 45 minutes in here, but wanted to allow just a little bit of time for questions, if that's all right with Mike. And obviously, you can reach out to me afterward via email or via phone number as well. But yeah, does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, we did have one pop in the chat. It looks like it's from a commercial property manager or owner. Basically, I guess just kind of summing up was real simple, and it might put you on the spot a little bit, Zach. But the question was, what services do you offer for like a commercial apartment complex? Just kind of that was what his question was. What can you do specifically to help a commercial apartment complex like his, I guess.
Well, I mean, the good thing about marketing is there's a lot of crossover between industries. But, when I think about apartment complexes, I mean, obviously, I live in Gainesville, Florida, which is the University of Florida is there, very reliant on apartments. And so they're always trying to attract students. There's a lot of young professionals moving to the city. And so, like when I moved to Gainesville, the first thing I did was I took to Google and I searched for apartments, and the ones that tended to be more active on social media, always really stood out to me, So I think that's a big lever to pull for apartments is social media, especially if you're doing like events, like apartment complexes will have like meet and greets and things like that. Obviously SEO. I mean, if someone's searching for apartments on Google, you want to make sure that your website is ranking. And so that's going to come from organic SEO, but also through Google Ads. PPC is going to be another way to drive that. Email marketing is huge. That's another service I offer. So like automation, newsletters, drip campaigns. It's really a comprehensive approach, but I always think of the website as being like the hub of a wheel, and then the spokes of the wheel are all the other marketing channels. And so regardless of the industry, that's always my goal is, hey, let's maximize social media marketing, Google Ads, organic SEO, email marketing. Let's pull all those levers to drive potential tenants to your website.
Great.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I think it did for him. Excellent. And by the way, folks, Zach is away out of the country, so we went international today with the with the first LinkedIn Live. So thank you again, Zach, for coming on. I appreciate it. I know you're definitely a few thousand miles away from most of us, so I appreciate you taking the time and introducing your service. And this is another perk of the Building 101 program. You can utilize Zach's services at a discount, and also you'll get a credit back as well. So we'll let you run. I know you're, like I said, you're in your way here. So thanks again for coming on, and I'll be in touch with you soon when you get back. Okay, enjoy your trip.
Thanks for having me, Mike. It was good to be here.
Yes, thanks, Zach. Take care. Okay, so we're going to just finish up. I just wanted to touch base on kind of the program one last time. You're going to see there's here's our sign up page. It's actually in the chat there as well. So when you're ready to sign up, you can just pop right on there. And like I said, it's a very easy form as we showed. But to kind of sum up everything we talked about today, Building 101, what's the concept? It's peace of mind, it's flexibility. You're able to access different vendors that you use every single day as an alternative, or to become your primary if it makes sense. But there's also, again, no obligation, no fuss, no cost. Those are the key factors of this program. It doesn't cost you anything to join it. There's no commitment, and it's an easy form to fill out. You get rewarded for if we find synergies there, you get rewarded for using the same services you're using every day that you can use on other services. We have our special financing programs. You get to bank the credits or use them right away for other services. Biggest part of this program is our concierge team. They're going to be the ones trying to find ways to, find solutions that make sense for your specific location. If you help spread the word about this program, you're going to get additional rewards for either referring other locations or adding locations within your own company's portfolio. And then, of course, the monthly newsletter to learn about all new opportunities, the new programs. Particularly, I like that program Mitch had mentioned, for the maintenance package. I believe they're coming up with something that's going to provide some perks for being on this program for their maintenance package, probably a discount or maybe some additional services. So we'll be in touch on that for sure very, very soon. So I do see one or two questions in the box here, so bear with me a second. I'm going to just flash, by the way, one more time, we're going to flash the sign up page there. And this is also our website and our direct email for questions. But the questions that we got, how do you sign up multiple properties if you're a conglomerate? So this is more for I'm assuming it looks like it's somebody from a very large property management group. There's a lot of ways you can do it. You can do it in groups. You can have one, we could sign up one core property as the main, so to speak, or the parent company, and then sign up all the other locations under, each location will have their own form to fill out. So that way we have a contact person and an email for that particular property. And also, especially if the restoration side is part of this and you're going to be joining the Paul Davis program. And right now, just so everybody knows, the Paul Davis side is just going to be in the 5 boroughs in New York City and also a few counties in New Jersey. But that's going to be rolling out hopefully on a bigger scale as we grow this program. But to answer the question about the property or signing up multiple properties under the same family, it's very seamless to do. We basically just list the parent property, and then all the other properties would kind of fall in under that. But every time any of the properties does any, if you take advantage of any of the services on this program, you're actually going to get an additional credit back just for the parent company. Credits or rebates. So yes, there's two parts of this program, and not every vendor offers a rebate, but you have the option of taking either a credit that you can use on other services or a rebate back on a quarterly basis. And by the way, just another point on that with the credit side, some of the vendors do pay the credits quarterly as opposed to monthly, so there is a little difference there. But to be frank, the credit is always going to be higher than what the rebate is, because obviously it's a credit, and yes, we want you to be able to utilize the other services. So if you can take a rebate in many of the solutions that we offer, and then many of the solutions that our vendor partners offer, but like I said, the credit's always going to be a larger percentage because obviously you're going to reinvest that back into the program, and that's the hope. Is again, my whole reason behind developing this is I've been in sales and marketing for a very long time, and I found that the best programs that work are always the win-win programs. And under this program, our partners win, our vendor partners win because they're able to build new relationships with new clients. The clients win because you guys are signing up for free. There's no obligation. If there's a solution, if there's not a solution that fits for you, that makes sense to you, you have committed nothing other than filling out a 5-line form. And if you don't use the services, you don't use them. But if you do use them, we believe that we're going to either save you money or provide a better service or a more enhanced service. And then we're also going to give you credits back that you can use again down the road. So it's really a win-win-win. And then from our standpoint at Capital, yes, we're facilitating this program. We want to build relationships with different commercial properties all across the country. And for us, we want to get our solutions in there too. Sure. I mean, our solutions make a lot of sense for commercial buildings. I mean,
especially Smart Valve, and now with the monitoring program. And I want to flash that slide one last time because I think it's very, that we're able to do this, from our standpoint, the fact that you can get a discount on the Smart Valve and the 10% credit back that you can utilize on other services is huge. Biggest thing with the Smart Valve is we've been marketing this since we started in 2015. And it works. Our average savings has been 23% on the Smart Valve. Knock on wood, we haven't had a result below 14% since probably 4 years ago, maybe. The lowest result we've ever seen was about 8%, and that was in a food processing plant that ran the water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you know what? That 8% saved them $40,000 a year on their water and sewer costs, so they were still very happy. This new launch of Building 101 and the specials we're providing on this, you can get a Smart Valve and the monitoring to create the Smart Valve solution for the same price as you would purchase a Smart Valve for. That's a big deal. That's a savings of over $1,000 on that. And on top of it, you're getting the monitoring for free for a year. So it's just something to think about. I wanted to flash this one last time. Also, if you want to see more about the Smart Valve, again, this is the I Decide. It's in the chat box also. If you go to that link there, you're able to get onto the interactive presentation to see more details about the Smart Valve. And again, the real key with this is we do a free evaluation. We have on our website, if you go to the contact page on our website, you're able to do a free evaluation, and we can post that in the chat box also. But, the free evaluation is the key because, again, it doesn't cost you anything. And you can just basically fill in some basic information, and we can tell you right away if it makes sense for you to entertain the Smart Valve. And here's the page in the chat box. I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm also going to post that up here in a second, so you can see that. This is the wrong one. Sorry. There we go. So that's in the chat box also. But if you go to that page on our website. And you join the Building 101 program, but if you go to this page, we can do a free evaluation of your property to see if the Smart Valve makes sense, and that's our core solution. That's kind of what we're bringing to the table. But we do have, you're going to hear more over the next couple of days from Pro Pumps and from Movado, which is our other two partners that we have in house. And one of the things I wanted to mention too, and I'll talk more about this on one of the later webinars, is Movado does customized solutions for both cabinets and kitchen setups, and the same thing with Pro Pumps. It's very much a customized build of a pump that you might need, and we're going to introduce them later this week. But the real factor is our concierge team is going to do the legwork on these solutions and get the data from you and get those, help you build out the different customized solutions for your property. They're going to do the legwork for you. And that's a big deal. I mean, I know, doing large scale projects for whatever it is, whether it's cabinets or to a new, renovating an apartment, whatever it is, that can be kind of time consuming. And, the fact that your concierge member is going to do that for you, I think is a huge benefit to being on this program. So just something else to think about. I appreciate everyone coming on today. Thank you for your time. And, we hope to see you on the program soon. We're really excited about this. This is our initial rollout of it. And make sure you come back tomorrow at 12 and also Friday at 12. We're going to be announcing or bringing on other partner vendors to explain what they do. And I hope you can attend these as well. And obviously, if you sign up, you're always going to get a copy of it as well, as this is being recorded. So thank you again. And have everybody enjoy the rest of their week. We'll see you soon.